Hello, fellow Murdlers. Today is Thursday, May 16th, 2024, and it's a great day to solve a murder. Today we have the ACORN murder, and we have three 4x4 grids with suspects, locations, and weapons. Our red murder clue today is a crazed squirrel was clearly used to commit the crime. So we're going to go ahead and say that the crazed squirrel was the murder weapon, and we will figure out who had the crazed squirrel and where they were using our clues and evidence and our detective's notebook. So let's go ahead and meet today's suspects. We have Agent Fuchsia. Ooh, we have a new suspect. That's exciting. Uncle Midnight, Dean Glaucus, and Dame Obsidian. The weapons today are a monster costume, a pair of leather gloves, a crazed squirrel, and an old heavy tome. And our locations today are the Great Hall, a secret chamber, the moat, and the Screaming Forest. Real quickly, before we dive in, I just want to see the card for Agent Fuchsia. A O agent, which means she has a license to kill and a license to commit tax fraud. Okay, love that. Very cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into our clues and evidence. So we've got the old heavy tome, and we're going to see which suspect's fingerprint was on the old heavy tome. That's going to be Agent Fuchsia, based on these lines here. So we're going to give Agent Fuchsia the old heavy tome. Cross that off. And Dame Obsidian was lugging around a heavyweight weapon. So we've got the monster costume, and only the monster costume and the old heavy tome are heavyweight. And since we already know that Agent Fuchsia had the old heavy tome, we can go ahead and give the monster costume to Dame Obsidian. Either a pair of leather gloves was in a secret chamber, or a monster costume was in the moat. So we're going to come back to this one. We'll have more information in a bit. The shortest suspect was not beneath a twisted tree. So let's see who is the shortest suspect. We have 5'8", 5'8", 5'6", and 5'4". So Dame Obsidian is the shortest. She was not in the Screaming Forest. Twisted trees and terrifying trails. All right. The suspect in the moat was born on December 9th. Okay, I don't know this one off the top of my head. Let's check it out. Let's see. Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. So let's see who was a Sagittarius. We've got a Virgo, Sagittarius, Virgo, Leo. Okay, so we've got Uncle Midnight, and Uncle Midnight was in the moat. Okay, let's see. What are we missing here? Okay, now we know. Now we can come back to this one. So the leather gloves must have been in the secret chamber. So leather gloves, secret chamber. And that's because we know the monster costume was not in the moat because Uncle Midnight was in the moat, which means Dame Obsidian could not have been in the moat. That will also tell us that Dame Obsidian did not have the leather gloves in the secret chamber. So then we know that Dame Obsidian's location was the Great Hall. So we can put the monster costume in the Great Hall. And what else can we see here? We know Uncle Midnight was in the moat. And, I'm still missing something. Here we go. So since we know that the gloves were in the secret chamber, we know that Uncle Midnight could not have had the gloves because Uncle Midnight was in the moat. That leaves only one remaining weapon for Uncle Midnight, and that is the crazed squirrel. So that means that Uncle Midnight is our murderer today with the crazed squirrel in the moat. And that gives Dean Glaucus, right? Dean Glaucus? Yeah, Dean Glaucus, the leather gloves in the secret chamber. And that'll round out to put Agent Fuchsia with the heavy tome in the Screaming Woods. So there's our detective's notebook all filled out. We have Uncle Midnight with the crazed squirrel in the moat. Let's go ahead and make our accusation and see if we were right. All right, we were right. Thanks so much for playing along with me today. I hope this was a helpful walkthrough, and we'll see you tomorrow.